October, November, December, 3 months, one plan, and the power to change everything. October, assess, reflect, and set your goals. October is your launch pad. Think of it as the runway before your life-changing flight. If you want to change your life in 3 months, the first step is clarity. You must know where you are, where you want to go, and what's been holding you back. Many people rush into action without assessing their starting point, and that's why they stumble. You can't steer a car if you don't know your current location. Start with reflection. Look back over the past year and ask yourself honest questions. What worked? What didn't? What habits are holding me back? Which relationships lift me up? And which ones drain me? Reflection isn't about self-pity, it's about awareness. The more accurately you assess your life, the better decisions you can make moving forward. You need to identify the areas where growth is most needed. Maybe it's your health, your finances, your mindset, or your skills. Whatever it is, shine a light on it. Once you've reflected, set clear, measurable goals. Goals are the bridge between your current reality and your desired future. Don't settle for vague wishes like "I want to be better" or "I want more money." Set precise targets. "I will save $500 this month," or "I will exercise 3 times a week." Specificity turns abstract desires into achievable action plans. October is also the month to align your mindset with your ambitions. Motivation will spark your drive, but discipline will carry you through. Commit to yourself now. Write down your goals, create a vision board, or journal your intentions. These are not just exercises, they are signals to your mind and subconscious that you are serious about change. Your brain begins to organize around what you prioritize. Finally, understand that assessment and goal setting are not one-time activities, they are ongoing. Spend the month refining your targets, clarifying your why, and preparing mentally for the next 2 months. October is about laying the foundation. Without a solid start, the following months will feel shaky and progress will be inconsistent. But if you take the time to honestly evaluate, reflect, and plan now, you are setting yourself up to hit the ground running. Remember, transformation begins with clarity. October is your month to define your destination before taking the journey. October, build new habits that stick. Once you've reflected on your life and set your goals, October becomes the perfect month to start building habits that support the person you want to become. Habits are the invisible architecture of your life. They determine the trajectory of your success long before results show up. Small, consistent actions repeated daily eventually become who you are, and who you are shapes everything you do. The mistake most people make is thinking change happens overnight. They set grand goals, expect instant results, and when progress doesn't appear immediately, they give up. But transformation is not a sprint. It's a slow, steady climb. The habits you cultivate this month, how you manage your time, how you care for your health, how you invest in your mind, are the compounding factors that will produce massive results in December and beyond. Start with simple, manageable actions. If your goal is fitness, commit to just 10 minutes of movement daily. If your goal is knowledge, read 10 pages each day. If your goal is financial growth, save a small, consistent amount. The key is repetition. Repetition builds discipline, and discipline turns action into routine. Once a habit becomes part of your identity, it no longer requires motivation to execute. You do it because it's who you are. October is also a month to remove negative habits. Identify behaviors that hold you back: procrastination, distraction, unhealthy routines, and systematically replace them with positive alternatives. Each bad habit replaced with a constructive one strengthens your foundation for long-term success. Remember, habits are the compound interest of personal development. The earlier and more consistent you start, the greater the payoff. Finally, track your progress. Keep a journal or checklist of the habits you're building. Seeing tangible progress reinforces your commitment and gives your subconscious a sense of accomplishment, making it easier to continue. The small wins you accumulate in October are what fuel momentum for November and December. In short, building new habits is the engine that will carry you through the next 3 months. October is the month to plant the seeds, water them with consistency, and start shaping the routines that will define your success. A strong foundation of habits now means that by the end of December, you'll not only have achieved results, you'll have become a new person capable of sustaining even greater growth. November. Take consistent action every day. November is the month to turn your plans and habits into real progress. October was about reflection and building the foundation, but now it's time to take consistent, purposeful action. This is where motivation alone can't carry you. Success depends on discipline, consistency, and deliberate effort. Consistent action means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to be inspired for a day or two, but lasting change requires a long-term commitment. The small, intentional actions you take daily compound into results far greater than you can imagine. Reading a few pages each day, saving a small amount of money, making incremental improvements to your work. These may seem minor, but they are the building blocks of extraordinary transformation. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. You don't have to do everything flawlessly. You just have to do something every day that moves you toward your goals. One action builds momentum for the next. One completed task strengthens your confidence and your ability to tackle bigger challenges. By the end of November, you'll look back and see a mountain of achievements built from the small steps you took consistently. Action also teaches you lessons that reflection cannot. Plans are only as good as the results they produce. When you act, you learn what works and what doesn't. You discover your strengths and weaknesses, uncover hidden opportunities, and gain experience that can't be gained any other way. Action turns theory into reality. Without it, even the best-laid plans remain dreams. Another important element of November is focus. Avoid spreading yourself too thin. Take the goals you set in October and put your energy into the most impactful actions. Don't chase every shiny opportunity. Concentrate on what truly moves the needle. Deep, consistent effort in key areas produces far more than scattered energy across too many fronts. Remember, November is your month of execution. The habits you started in October provide the structure, but action is the engine that drives results. Show up every day, focus on your priorities, and embrace the small wins. Consistency compounds, and by the end of this month, you'll be amazed at how far deliberate action has taken you. Overcome obstacles and push through resistance. No journey toward meaningful change is without resistance. By the time November arrives, you will have already begun building momentum, but this is also the month when obstacles test your commitment. Challenges are inevitable. Distractions, setbacks, self-doubt, and unexpected circumstances all try to pull you off course. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up lies in how they respond to these difficulties. Obstacles are not signs to quit. They are opportunities to grow. Every challenge you face is a lesson in resilience. When you confront resistance and continue moving forward, you strengthen your discipline, your confidence, and your capacity to handle even greater challenges in the future. Think of resistance as a weight you lift for your personal development. The heavier it feels, the stronger you become once you overcome it. Self-doubt is one of the most common forms of resistance. You may question whether you can achieve the goals you set in October, or you may fear failure as you take consistent action. This is normal. The key is not to eliminate doubt entirely, but to refuse to let it dictate your actions. Action in spite of fear is what separates achievers from dreamers. Each step forward, no matter how small, chips away at fear and builds unwavering confidence. Distractions will also test you. Life is full of temptations that pull you away from your priorities. Social media, mindless entertainment, unnecessary obligations, they all compete for your attention. Overcoming these distractions requires focus and intentionality. Protect your time as if it were your most valuable asset, because it is. The more you guard your focus, the faster you progress toward your goals. Finally, embrace setbacks as feedback, not failure. Mistakes and delays are part of the process. Analyze what went wrong, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Success is rarely a straight line. It's a series of adjustments, learning experiences, and small victories accumulated over time. November is your proving ground. It's where you test the habits and routines built in October, where you take relentless action, and where you demonstrate your ability to persevere. By facing obstacles head-on and pushing through resistance, you transform challenges into stepping stones, and you prepare yourself to enter December stronger, more capable, and ready to achieve the results you've been working toward. December review, adjust, and prepare for the next level. December is the month of reflection, evaluation, and preparation. After 2 months of intentional effort, October's planning and habit building, followed by November's consistent action and resilience through obstacles, December becomes the month to measure your progress and fine-tune your strategies for continued growth. This is where you take stock of what worked, what didn't, and how you can improve moving forward. Start by reviewing your goals. Did you achieve what you set out to do in October? If yes, celebrate your wins. Acknowledge your effort, consistency, and persistence. Celebrating success is not about pride, it's about reinforcing the behaviors that produced results. Recognizing what you did well builds confidence and motivates you to keep moving forward. Next, identify areas for adjustment. Perhaps some habits didn't stick, some actions weren't as effective as you hoped, or unforeseen obstacles slowed your progress. Instead of seeing these as failures, view them as valuable feedback. Life teaches through experience, and each misstep offers a lesson. Adjust your approach, refine your strategies, and commit to continuous improvement. Growth is not about perfection, it's about learning and evolving. December is also the month to prepare for the next level. Now that you've gained momentum, cultivated habits, and strengthened discipline, ask yourself, what comes next? How can I build on the foundation I've created? Use this month to plan for the future, set new goals, expand your vision, and create a roadmap for the year ahead. The habits and mindset you've developed over these 3 months will serve as a springboard for even greater achievements. Finally, December is about gratitude and perspective. Reflect not only on your personal accomplishments, but also on the resources, relationships, and opportunities that supported your journey. Gratitude reinforces a positive mindset, which is essential for continued success. When you recognize the abundance in your life, you attract even more opportunities to grow and excel. By reviewing, adjusting, and preparing during December, you close the year intentionally, rather than letting time slip away passively. You ensure that the changes you made in October and November are not temporary bursts of effort, but the beginning of a lasting transformation. With clarity, focus, and momentum, you enter the next phase of your life ready to achieve even greater results. Changing your life in 3 months is not about luck or waiting for the perfect moment. It's about intentional action, consistent effort, and disciplined growth. October gave you clarity and direction, helping you reflect on where you are and define exactly where you want to go. November turned that clarity into action, building momentum through daily habits, relentless effort, and the courage to overcome obstacles. December then allowed you to review your progress, make necessary adjustments, and prepare yourself for the next level of growth. The transformation you achieve in these 3 months is not just about results. It's about becoming the person capable of sustaining those results. Habits formed, discipline strengthened, and resilience developed during this period become your foundation for continued success. Life doesn't change overnight, but with deliberate focus, each day compounds into progress, and each challenge becomes a stepping stone toward your goals. Remember, lasting change is built on consistency, reflection, and the willingness to act in spite of fear or resistance. By following this 3-month plan, you are not only achieving short-term results, you are creating a new trajectory for your life. You are proving to yourself that meaningful transformation is possible, and that the next chapter of your life can be more abundant, more focused, and more rewarding than ever before. Your journey doesn't end in December, it begins there. What you've learned, built, and achieved in these 3 months sets the stage for a lifetime of growth and success.